Well, showers and thunderstorms have ended across central Indiana, but as we head into the weekend, another round of rain and thunderstorms developing. Details on that in my 7-day forecast.
New this morning, a wrong-way driver crashes into an ambulance with deadly consequences. Zach Myers on the scene. He'll show us what happened coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, a university on lockdown. We'll have the latest on the search for a gunman who police say killed a man near campus.
And next up, NATO. President Obama is getting ready to meet with NATO allies on the heels of the G20 summit. We will detail the president's plans coming up in a live report. Fox 59 Morning News continues right now.
Fox 59 Morning News. News that works for you.
Good morning to you. It's Friday, April 3rd. I'm Gene Cox in for Angela Ganote.
And I'm Scott Jones. The rain is moving out.
Unfortunately, it's going to be replaced by some strong winds.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get our first check of the forecast with Weather Authority Jim O'Brien. Hi, Jim.
In these tough economic times, many Hoosiers have started cooking at home just to kind of stretch their dollar.
Yeah, makes sense. Fox 59's Bob Donaldson shows us how the beef industry is now looking for new ways to find a place at the table with a lot of cash-strapped customers.
Like many Hoosiers, Kathy White's family budget has been hit hard by the recession, and it affects how she shops. Every dollar.
Good morning. Now, few would have expected that yesterday would be one of the more active days in the history of Indiana football quarterbacks, and it would come after April Fool's Day. But there's no joking in Chicago today, as Santa Claus, Indiana native Jay Cutler was traded to the Chicago Bears just a day after the Broncos began to shop him. They traded him for Kyle Orton and a couple of first-round draft picks, so Cutler is coming to Chicago.
Obviously, that's like a home game for Michigan State.
I know, they kind of lucked out in that one.
Yep, well, we're checking the roads this morning. Rain slick, right?
Yeah, a little bit not so lucky, at least, to be on the roadways, just depending on where you're at. Dealing with a couple of issues, one along 43rd at Meridian Street on the north side of Indianapolis. Heads up as they've had some difficulties with a car into a tree. They've had, at least at times, Meridian blocked in both directions. We do understand Meridian is now open to traffic, albeit a little bit slow as we get closer to this accident. Dealing with the problem up at least as far as, I should say, dealing with no problems on the interstate real-time traffic along 465 on the north side looking great. South side looking equally as great. And Jim, I got to say, after yesterday or at least late last night's weather, at least things are hopefully looking greater for this Friday.
Well, you know, Bill, things will continue to improve as the morning and afternoon wears on in the sense of rain. Still some windy conditions to contend with. And speaking of winds, we're going to take you down towards Alabama. Boy, what a rough day down across the south and the southeast. They had reports of tornado, heavy rain and hail. No one was injured, but emergency officials say that about 20 to 30 mobile homes were damaged in northern Alabama with the possibility of a tornado. A lot of violent thunderstorms moved through western parts of Florida yesterday as well. Of course, along the Panhandle, we talked about that. And that left about a foot of water on some low-lying streets in the downtown area of Pensacola. So big-time problems across the south. And, of course, look at all the storm reports from yesterday. Just get an idea of exactly what they were dealing with. As we go to the weather computer here, we'll show you every dot indicating either wind damage, hail. 52 degrees are high today. Today into tonight, temperatures down to 35. The weekend forecast is calling for the 60s. And as you'll notice, snow showers moving in Monday and Tuesday of next week. Scott?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Two major online companies could be joining forces. We'll explain coming up in just a few minutes. And she is a unique voice among Hoosiers, and we mean that literally. We'll hear from opera singer Angela Brown in an all-new My Indiana. That's ahead at 7. And speaking of unique voices, how about Seth Rogen? Right now, callers 5 through 9 each win passes for 4 to an advanced screening of his new movie, Observe and Report. The number, 317-239-1059. And remember, you must be at least 18 to win, and make sure you haven't won anything from Fox 59 in the past 30 days. He says the couple, they have more than 1,000 people following their progress online. So far, though, nobody has made an offer.
It's tough to sell a house right now. It is.
Not easy, I know.
No. Bill Ramika trying to bail out ordinary Hoosiers.
See if today's contestant can walk away with a cool $1 million. That's right, $1 million coming up at 8:50.
Well, we can't all be millionaires. That's why we're helping you stretch your dollar this morning. How you can weather this uncertain economy while protecting your money and your health.
And police say a driver was going the wrong way when he slammed into these newspaper boxes, then went 3 more blocks and hit head-on with an ambulance. One person dead at this scene. We'll tell you about it coming up.
Serious accident, Zach, on the north side, slowing traffic at Meridian at 43rd, and a pretty good inbound along 65, but delays now into downtown. We'll tell you where next, Jim.
Hey, Bill, showers just about ending here across central Indiana, which is great news.